turn my volume up. Not quite that far. Maybe a little bit lower right there. Perfect. Hopefully. I will turn y'all's volume up right about there, because you have valuable and needful information to say. There.
No, we don't.
Silence, motherfucker!
So, greetings and salutations, travelers. Welcome back to the Planar Crossroads, and welcome back to episode 27 of Rise of the Runelords, Redux. That's more of a Gugfest voice.
Gugfest 2019, suddenly all the giants were in danger.
Yeah.
But we're in danger.
Simpsons reference. Okay, I get that one from the memes. But welcome back to the Planar Crossroads, and we are going to start up, but before we do, a quick disclaimer. This is an adult podcast, and some of those adults over there use adult language. You have been warned.
Kane said at some point he would just swear a bunch after that, and then he didn't, and I'm still kind of sad about it.
Sassafrassin, chopstickin', fooey.
I'm gonna say it. Barnacles.
You banned from the stream. Oh no. Okay.
It was worth it.
But that happens sometimes. Before we get into the game, quick announcements. Always less than 5 minutes. You can time me. Here we go. The Planar Crossroads and Black Dragon Gaming both have their Patreons going, so if you want to support either one of them on there, you can. The Planar Crossroads also has a subscribe star if you prefer to support people that way. So there you go. As far as changes or things like that, the 500 subscriber one-shot will be happening soon from when we're recording, so we'll be able to get that to you guys fairly shortly, probably. We'll see how everything falls and comes out and stuff. How everything falls out. So, what was another? Oh, I wanted to show off to you guys some of the quality prints that we've been doing on the thing before we began, because it does no good to tell you that we're doing 3D prints for people if we don't show you them. So we got something like this. It's the Parthenon. But what if you don't want a broken Parthenon? What if you wanted to see it in its prime? Well, there you go. A reconstructed Parthenon. And I know how much Tommy likes his Greek-themed mythology.
Yeah, that's accurate.
An orc? This one actually came out really good. You can't see it very well, but came out well. And then there's also, of course, things like terrain. If you've been keeping up with us on Facebook or Twitter, you've been seeing the different things we've been making. So, all that said, still less than 5 minutes. Let's go ahead and get into the game. How about that?
Yeah.
Everything is falling apart, and I don't know what to do. So a normal
Nothing is
Tuesday,
falling.
You large person, you gravity bow, shocking grasp.
Nobody's falling. Everybody's flying, remember?
Yeah.
As a free action, Mattia, let's go. No. Get it.
As a free action, I would like to scream.
Shocking is a free action.
No, you go, Yahoo!
No. As a free action, I would like to summon Wilhelm to scream for me.
I can't do the Wilhelm scream.
Yeah! That was so much worse. What did I just do?
You've been talking to your cat too much.
I was about to say, it sounded like you tried to be a Neko girl, or cat girl or something for a second there.
Tommy the cat girl. You could play
Yeah.
You could play a catfolk. That'd be pretty cool.
Look, man, anime women are all the rage. Have you not seen? Oh god, this hurts me to even continue with this joke. Can we please stop myself before
All right.
I
No,
degrade
all
myself
right.
any further?
So-
Adam, give me a will save.
Give you a will save. I'm giving you a will save. All right.
DC 20.
DC 20.
Please don't make it. That will make this more difficult. But it has to be.
Then it has to be.
Please do a fail.
Yeah.
All right.
Fail.
I want
Come
the
in
bad
peace.
guy to fail.
She does not make it. It is she.
All right.
So she's that deep blue, kind of like a nighttime blue, with white scars all over her. and she's got a lot of skulls and fetishes on her. She is nearly 20 feet tall, though, compared to the other giants. So she's
Alright.
taller than some of the stone giants.
Oh.
She stops and looks over, and she sees it, and you see her do that characteristic head shake, and then kind of look, and her eyes are a little bit hazy, and you know that you've been successful. Oh wait, excuse me. I'm afraid. I'm afraid I'm
No.
looking at her abilities, and you see her go hazy for a second, and then she goes, and you see her kind of bite her lip,
No. Stop it.
and she goes,
Why do I have to make
Pulls
this
out
so
her-
difficult for me?
pulls out her great club, and says, "Who casts against me?"
It's Boldrago. I wish to talk, but unfortunately your kind is very short fuse.
Especially short fuse when you cast magic on him.
I don't know what you're talking about, short fuse. I'm not familiar with that. Show yourself now, or I sound the alarm.
Do I need to
Oh,
make
no.
a stealth check to be hidden? I presume I need to make a stealth check to be hidden.
I assumed you guys were hiding.
Yeah, no, I presumed as well, but I want to make, because now that there's mention of an alarm, I want to step away from assuming and towards, I am hiding.
I am perfectly still and invisible. I am hiding.
I just
Anybody
be
who
lying
wants
down
to
in the
hide
ditch.
will need to do so. But Boldrago probably cannot hide, considering that he is
Yeah, I mean,
the face.
he doesn't want to. He wants to
Do I
talk.
get any
He-
bonus from being in full cover?
Yeah.
What is the bonus?
Mm.
From being invisible and not
I'm not
moving,
invisible
40.
and not moving. That would be a rune. I haven't cast invisibility on myself yet. I'm just behind full cover.
As long as you don't make any audible noises, it's not like she can technically see you. Unless she starts to
Okay.
approach, then she's taller than probably what you're hiding behind. So,
I mean, can I quickly just cast an invisibility spell? Or
technically,
I
you
probably
could.
should actually cast greater invisibility. Oh, do I want to pop that yet? No, I'll just cast invisibility.
Okay.
Well, or you could just prepare an action to cast greater invisibility when she comes close to you.
I'm just going to go ahead and pop invisibility to remain hidden.
Okay,
Okay.
that's chill.
So he
We
pops
got the
invisibility.
61.
So as Boldrago's kind of jellyfishing from where he was, he kind of glances down to everybody else, and he immediately sees that Wilton's like, I'm a boop, and he goes invisible. So Boldrago knows that they're
Hey.
invisible, but
He has his arms out to show that he's unarmed
she sees you come out.
and kind of floats towards her.
But he has his arms out.
Yeah.
Ah.
How are you unarmed when you have your arms out? You have them.
Yeah.
I mean, so
his somatic components are probably his most dangerous weapon.
I was making a joke about the fact that you have arms when you say you're unarmed, but you know,
Yeah.
kill my fun, why don't you?
fun
It's
successfully killed. So old. So you kind of
Old.
drift out, showing not very, aggressive or anything, technically. And she says, "What are you?"
Hi, Boldrago. What are you?
I am a giantess, a tiger type. Why do you look like night skies?
Boldrago is night skies.
Ah,
There's a
It's
fair
a
reason
line.
why he looks like it.
So
uh,
she kind of looks you over, What is a Boldrago?
He's coming closer and closer. Like
Okay, she's got her. Yeah, she's not.
Yeah, but he's
Okay.
he wants to be in like a comfortable conversation, like distance, like maybe 10, 15 feet away from her. Like if she allows it by her body language type of thing.
Okay, so from her body language, you kind of drift about 10 feet where you know that she can swing. You kind of slow down there. And she looks at you and says, "What is a Boldrago? I've not seen one of you before."
It's only one? I don't know. I've only seen me.
So, is that your name then? Not what you are?
Is there a difference?
She looks at you. I don't know for you. What are you here for? If you come to pledge your allegiance to Mokmorian or not?
Not quite. I have the wishes to speak with this great Mogmorian, but his people are so aggressive. It's hard to come close. Am I frightening?
Unsettling might be a better word. What have you to say to him?
I wish to negotiate on the behalf of Sandpoint.
Sandpoint?
Okay, I'm gonna have to make a will save for Willton to not facepalm. Or I'm gonna do it anyway, just like a.
No one can see you anyway.
No one can see you anyway.
Yeah, I know, but still.
She hears a
thud in the background.
She hears a, and she's like, "Are you the only one with you? Are you the only one here?"
There's only Boldrago.
I need to stop doing things for flavor.
Can you roll me a deception check on that one?
Shooting
Bluff. There we go. 23.
Yeah.
It's bluff versus perception. Is that correct? I have
Generally sense motive.
No, it's
Sense motive.
sense motive.
It
there
would be
we go.
perception and open legend.
Okay, that's I was getting confused. She doesn't seem to. She doesn't seem to not believe you, but she's still keeping her guard up. We should
Keeps
already
talking
be.
like that, it'll be true.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I already
Really?
said he might be talking for himself if he talks like this.
You come from Sandpoint. Where is Taractinus?
No, he couldn't make it. There
Why?
was complications. Sandpoint didn't like him.
So you're saying he's dead?
He passed.
You cannot say yes, can you? You just cannot say yes.
I think we have his pieces in some of our packs.
What Alex is doing is
Or at least
conveniently.
Boldrago does. I'm pretty certain Boldrago does.
Alex
Nah.
is staying just so close to the truth that he doesn't have to bluff check, but just so far away as to be not telling the truth. A thin line.
Oh, well, he's
Oh.
telling the truth. Just not the whole truth.
Yes, continue, Obi-Wan.
So
Oh, God almighty.
she does not appear to be eased by your attempts at diplomacy. She thinks for a moment and says, "And I suppose you weren't involved at all in his destruction."
I tried to prevent it, but alas, I failed.
Well, some
Much
of you...
blood has been spilled, and I wish to, make it stop here. It's no easy task, but I will try.
She glares at you. You see her mulling over what you're saying. You are the only one here.
I'm the only Boldrago here.
Her eyes narrow, but she looks around. You want to talk to Mokmorian?
I'd love to talk to Mokmorian, but I'd like to know more about him first.
You can know what I will tell you You can know what I will tell you as we walk to the gates and you wait there.
Now, it's very dangerous for me to approach all alone against a fortress like this.
Well, that was your mistake.
That's why I came to see you.
I will
chose
go
you.
with you to the gate. And I will go inside and tell Mokmorian you wish to see him.
That is all good, but please tell me, what are your customs when it comes to parlaying?
She smiles. I don't have any.
That's unfortunate for me.
But very fortunate for me and my stew pot. And she starts to move towards the gate, watching you to see if you follow.
Oh, I am but skin and bone.
Yes, and that crunches equally well.
You're probably right.
Best ask any questions you want to know about Mokmorian before we get there.
So having this conversation, I'd like to roll my diplomacy to make her friendly.
Okie doke. Well, I mean, she's not... You can take it down one, yeah. I don't know that she's friendly right now.
No, but depends on the thing.
Yep.
Perhaps from hostile to indifferent.
Yeah.
Are we certain Boldrago's not just like a bard who has access to the shaman spell list?
Has he slept with anything yet?
Not that we're aware of.
Has he slept?
Hey man, you don't. Just because you're a bard doesn't mean you're a sociopathic, lust-compelled sex demon.
No, that's just.
I mean, there's a high likelihood,
the
but
tendency.
She was an agent of sociopathic sex slut demon.
I only slept with one thing. And
That's
he
not
tried to
true.
kill us.
That's not true. You
No.
slept with two things at the same time.
No,
Yes.
that's the same incident. It's the same thing.
It's
You can't count them separately.
It's not the same thing. They are not the same
Track
person.
record is still one.
I have so many questions, and I don't know if I want the answers to
Practically-
any of them.
Practically a virgin.
Okay, so
I think
depending
we're
on
good
her,
now.
All right.
depending on her charisma modifier, the DC changes. So
Okay.
I'd say she's unfriendly to begin with.
Yeah.
She's
Not hostile.
hostile.
Well, she wasn't attacking me. That would be hostile, I'd say. I don't know.
So, she doesn't appear to be aggressive towards you at the moment. As you guys walk along, it's not like she's warmed up to you in some kind of respect. She just doesn't... doesn't want to crush you and put you in her stew pot right now. You get the feeling from your conversation between each other that you could go in, like if Mokmorian wants to come out and meet you and talk to you, then you could go in, talk with him, and even if things didn't pan out, she'd probably be like, unless he tells me to kill you, I probably wouldn't kill you type thing. That's about as good as it gets.
He'll probably tell you to kill you.
So, as you're going along, you can ask some questions about Mokmorian. She does ask you what makes you worthy to see Mokmorian.
Oh. Well, where to begin? I believe I have the power to change this cause of the war for the better or the worse.
That's an awful lot of power to have.
I know. It's quite the burden.
Oh my god.
Where are you two while this whole walk is happening?
This is Necromancer all over again.
I just kind of like look over at Runesmith and just say,
The invisible people try to look at each other.
Yeah.
well, I imagine I just look in your direction of where I knew you had gone invisible, and I'm just like, do we have to follow him? Can't we just leave him to this fate? It might be better to just go back to the group. In fact, the more I think about it, the more I want to go back to the group.
If we do that, we should at least message him we're going to.
I don't want to get that close.
If we leave, we should at least tell him, dude, we're out.
Yeah. Enjoy the stew pot on your own.
It's a fine, relaxing jacuzzi, but we're gonna go back to the cave.
Excuse me, common sense is calling. I need to go home.
Yeah.
Oh god. I don't want to go. I do not want to follow.
I've got some teleportation if I get spooked.
I'm not going to leave Runesmith alone because I actually like Runesmith. Runemane. God
I like
bless
Runesmith, says his name wrong 5 times.
I hate myself. I can't. Well, I don't hate myself. I'm trying very hard not to. But I hate how I can't remember names.
And suddenly the whole
It's
IP
okay.
becomes a 1990s sitcom, Rise of the Runesmiths.
The worst part is,
You'll pass out
Runemane
somewhere.
probably wouldn't correct you right now.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wilton
Listen.
in character is calling him Runesmith, and he's just like, that's not my name. Underneath his breath.
Yeah, and you're
but
just like,
you
yeah,
just don't
yeah,
catch
sure,
it.
sure. Eventually, I'm just gonna pause and go, wait. Your
Like,
name's really
Kellery's gonna
Runemane.
call me Runemane.
And I'm
Yeah.
just gonna look over
Yeah.
at you, look over at Kellery, look over at you.
I've been-
Why didn't you correct me?
And then I will hide more because you yelled at me.
Yeah, I know.
All
I
right.
like Runemane, though. I do kind of like Runemane. I think he's
So-
I'm like a cat.
Or more importantly, I think I have I don't know if I have a bigger connection to Runemane or his familiar, and it's because of the fact his familiar is his familiar that I'm more invested in Runemane. I don't know. All I know
That's
is that I prefer to not let Runemane go into harm's way on his own.
and
That's fair. How far away is the night sky?
they started walking this way. So
Yeah,
we're saying that
within-
he's continuing to walk.
Yeah, is he within 200 feet?
You can stay within 200 feet, yeah.
Okay, that seems like a reasonable. So I can message him if we have to peace out.
Yeah, y'all are invisible, so.
I mean, I'm only invisible. That only lasts for minutes, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's why it's just for the walkover. We
Yeah.
might say peace out and then peace out.
Okay.
Do you want to peace out?
I'm thinking about it.
It takes several minutes to walk over here, so that does absorb some of the time of the spell. As you guys are walking and stuff like that, A2B and A2A notice, and you see A2A has a fist painted on their emblem, and it's black. And these are all hill giants, it looks like, from your experience. And they come from A2A, right there, as they get close. It is probably, let me see, Runemane gets a pretty good idea as you guys go on, and you guys can count without having to listen to what's being said or anything, because they're like 200 feet away. There's at least 25, maybe into the 30s, in the amount of hill giants that are right there in A2A. In A2B, which actually starts to notice and follow a bit behind, also a little bit earlier, they have a red shield on some of them, and some of them have a shade kind of thing that has crudely painted stars on, well, not crudely painted, painted stars on it. And these are ogres, it looks like.
Boldrago, they're your people.
Yeah!
And
But they look so different from me. What the fuck?
They have stars, though. Isn't that the main point?
so, with the count you
Maybe.
get on them, there's at least 30 of those, but probably not all of them come out, so you're thinking probably into the 40s.
Boldrago,
So much XP.
we're all
Oh
the
my
same
god.
dark.
You're did you have any questions about Morian specifically before?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Tell me about him. How is he as a person?
She just kind of looks at you. It's like, he's a great commander. Wielder of magics, not seen in the giants of the stone for many generations or more.
That's interesting.
Mm.
Where has he been? Haven't heard of him. If he's such a great magic caster,
She kind of looks at you and says,
should have heard him.
she kind of looks at you and says, I haven't heard have you heard of many giants? Little thing?
You are so large, yet your reputation doesn't fall very far from you.
Hmm. You best change your tone when you talk to him, or it won't turn out as well as you think. And she looks back up towards the gate.
I appreciate the concern. So this place, Morian built it?
Some. We've built some of it. This is the Dark Towers area. That tower there, and she points to a dark tower. It says, giants around here didn't like it. But they've learned from Morian's example that old and forbidden things often yield power.
Does it resemble the old light in any way?
It's not made with that same type of stone, for sure. There's...
Is it intact? Or
It's
is
a
it
bit more...
broken?
It is pretty well intact. It's not like it's been destroyed or sieged or something like that. But it doesn't appear to be anything special on the outside like you would think the old light would look if it was fixed up, rebuilt and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's very impressive. Sandpoint has something similar, but at the same time not.
Yes. So, to have the full description of it, it says, "This black tower is not like the others that compose the fort. Its architectural style is far more intricate and ancient in appearance, bearing similarities to many of those other ancient monuments that dot the Verisian landscape. Made of black stone and decorated with gargoyles, the tower's walls are streaked with thick lichens and moss. It soars twice as high as the other towers, its facade effectively dominating the view." And that, let me make sure I got it right for you guys. That is this spire thing right here.
Oh. Okay.
I believe that they're doing it right.
What's this thing then?
I'm trying to make out their map that they did. A14 and A13. Oh, that was A14. Excuse me. You are correct. This is the Black Tower. This is the spire. That was my fault.
All right.
But it's harder to see over the walls. It is taller, but it's harder to see. So we'll save that description.
Is the spire taller than the walls?
A little bit.
Okay.
So. All right. So, if that's all of your probings, we will say you have made it to the wall.
I heard there was a dragon. Is this Mokmorian's friend, or?
She looks at you. The dragon went with Terractinus. I'm fairly sure you've already met him. And since he hasn't come back, and you have, I suspect that your meeting wasn't very beneficial for him.
Unless I never met him,
Mm-hmm.
I would have wanted to talk to him, but fate had other plans.
She looks at you and says, "Yes, that seems to be a common thing for you."
Perhaps you're right.
From up above you hear, "Who do you bring?" You look up and one of the harpies is sitting on the wall. "Someone has come asking to talk to Mokmorian, the small one. He says he has enough power to sway the war. I doubt it, and would like to see what Mokmorian would do to him." "Well, he can't come in until Mokmorian says he can." "I know that. Let me in. Just watch him." "Fine. But if he does anything we don't like, we'll just kill him. The ogres will eat him." "Fine. I don't care.
That'll be nice.
But don't touch him until you have permission." "Fine." She easily pushes the door open, though it is quite large, and says, "Wait here. They won't mess with you until I get back and tell them they can or can't. And maybe Mokmorian will do something. By the way, would you care to demonstrate some of this power that you say will sway the war? Or should I just go to him empty-handed of experience?"
Not sure what you want me to do, but you could always say that I also bring a gift. I heard it makes
could.
people more inclined to meet with me when I bring them something.
Have you brought him something?
As a matter of fact, I have.
What?
I have the rock that he seeks.
You see her face kind of change a bit? Really?
Really?
I'll be right back. And she closes the door.
Take your time. I am not in a hurry.
All right.
This is where, like, as a player, I'm like, wait, did he take one of the rocks from there? I could see it.
Yeah, I'm scratching my head too. I don't remember.
Is this where we're going apparently to play
Yes.
the lawful evil run of this game, despite the fact we don't want to?
No, dude, ever since we did the old Runelords, Alex was trying to be the next Runelord with his push and belly mystery. He's just doing it on a shaman.
Just do it on a shaman.
Jesus.
Mazes' revenge.
Yeah, I don't know if he told us about it. I remember.
No, he hasn't. No,
Yeah,
no, he hasn't.
He didn't tell y'all.
bad Boldrago.
Yeah.
I mean, this shaman has all the same spells that Mazes used. How do we know this isn't Mazes?
Hey,
It's just,
no,
I'm starting to
he's
feel-
fighting the Lamash too. We had to all re-roll. Adam said, "Hey, now, poo-poo."
I'm starting to feel more and more like I'm scared more of Boldrago than I am the Giants.
He's
Okay.
a tier 1 hybrid class, so that's
Perception
feels
check
accurate.
to hear about the presence of the rock being
okay.
brought here.
You guys are 200
Wait,
feet
Jonathan?
away, and there is some noise around you guys now from the ogres and hill giants.
Yeah.
So
I'm not saying I'm gonna hear it, but I want a chance.
I'm gonna try.
okay.
I will not guidance you, as I don't know where you are, and magic will get us all killed right now.
Of course.
You hear the word rock, but that's pretty much it.
And do I notice her change her reaction based on the statement of rock?
No, my dude, you just know now that Boldrago, he wants to rock.
Rock.
It's a plus 20 DC from
Yeah.
distance. If it's
So-
200 feet.
Yeah. Not. I mean, you notice he says something and her face changes and she goes in. The
Okay.
specifics of
No,
it.
I'm not. Brasut wouldn't put together what rock it is.
Yeah. Specifics of it. No.
Okay, so next phase of the plan. Message over to Boldrago.
Oh, I got a call.
Do you want us to stay or can we go?
It's like, do you want us to stay or can we go? I really want to go. I don't like it here.
Should we stay or should
Can we
we
go?
go?
Not should we, can we?
Should you watch
Hopefully,
him
I will
betray
have an
himself
audience with this Mokmorian.
Oh,
Perhaps he wants to stay.
and kill them all before Alex betrays us?
Does
what if he can see through invisibility?
then we use those teleport spells you apparently have.
That's fair.
Do you mention this?
I mean,
So
I've used teleport a fair number of times.
yeah, no, I meant more so like the whole treaty thing again. To
Yeah, but like you don't have to teleport out of the tower. You just have to teleport them out of the tower in any given direction.
I go with my teleportation.
Okay, so you cast fly and then you teleport them.
does Willton hear about this whole alliance thing?
Elias? Who's the guy?
I thought-
Elias?
He brought up the idea of a treaty while we were planning out beforehand.
Yes. Well, do you mention that to Willton? I don't know if Wilton's even involved in this conversation. I'll just be quiet.
I mean, all he said was that he would try and end the war peacefully.
Yeah.
I really
Or-
don't like Boldrago's
or-
definition of peace. If that isn't apparent by now.
It's very.
I think
It'd
Alex
be
just wants
very
the TPP
peaceful
if we
once all the killing's done.
once they're all done with us, and we can go on to a new thing. And Riders of the Runelords on the IOPC can be put to bed.
All right.
That's how
Apparently,
it's going.
Alex just wants to end the campaign early. Okay,
He's like-
maybe I should just
We'll
let
see.
maybe I should just let this happen. Okay, continue.
So, okay, so over to Wilton. He thinks we might want to see who Mugmorian is, but he doesn't seem to care if we go. I don't think. Probably not.
How much faith do you put in Boldrago? Because I'm going to be frankly honest with you here, Runesmith. I don't put much faith in him.
That's what the teleport's for.
If I'm going to be frank with you, out of everyone in this group, I would not at all be surprised if Boldrago is simply playing us for his own power game. I do not trust the man in the slightest. I respect his mastery of magic, but I do not trust him in the slightest sense.
You get some indicators that all this time passing, your invisibility, if it's limited, has started to ease up.
I will cast another on myself.
Would you pass one to me, if you have it possible? Oh wait,
How many
I
we have
forgot.
left?
Y'all are at least this close, or something like that.
You
Well
can spell
within
this guy
seeing
anymore.
all within all of the hill giants and
I'm just gonna
Other giant.
use my spell scar for invisibility.
okay.
I'm just gonna kind of rake my fingernails across a bit of my side, draw a bit of blood, and cast invisibility using a spell scar.
Okay.
Adam, as all these shenanigans are going on, does Desna speaketh to her auspice about perhaps if bad thing or good thing might be happening if
I heard spanketh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I heard, and I was
Does
like,
Desna spank it? Well, she gets
I've actually
kinky,
heard
I'm
already
sure.
published your worship. I'm sorry. I didn't tell you about that.
Look, we get it. You're into things. That's why you're a brawler, but the
Deified.
rest of us aren't.
That's why I'm really good at grappling. Fuck.
I didn't need an image in my head.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Buffalo.
Alright.
Or Lord of the Struggle Snuggle.
No.
Achilles is very upset about all this conversation.
So
As he should be.
roll me a D100, Tommy, to see.
Sure. That only ends
Paizo,
well for the
Sandpoint
Riders of the Runelords. Oh, it's the Sandpoint Devil! Everything is chaos! Wee! Bang!
Human strikes.
And then we eat it.
The skid demon, no! Achilles, do not,
No.
do not be rude. There lurks the skid demon.
I have an urge to stat out a skid demon. I have since we brought it up.
Does he just reek of burned rubber?
Yes.
All right.
Remember to honk the appropriate green.
I'm sure there's a tar demon you can work from. So
Yeah, my dude, just use an Omox. The ooze demon.
33.
Yep.
The auspice is kind of circling around. It's not really drawing much attention to itself. Excuse me, because it's just a bird. And the harpies are the only ones that kind of eye it and watch. But it's more in a line of, I wonder if that would be good for dinner, rather than, is that circling for some kind of reason? Because there's hill giants and ogres right here, so there's plenty of carrion to be picked from. So, no message comes from Desna, unfortunately.
Desna doesn't say, "Hey, kill Alex right now." Okay, fair enough. Got it.
So,
Honestly, disappointed in you, Desna. Was counting on you, but you know.
was counting on you, Desna, to tell us to kill a party member and teleport away, but no. So
Look. We got to go Game of Thrones here. Everyone's betraying you.
if
I
we
don't
go,
watch Game of Thrones,
No.
why am I making a Game of Thrones?
So
you know what will
Game of
happen
Thrones,
if we
wait
go to
till
Game
book
of
6 and then
Thrones? We'll go
play
all
really
the
bad
way
book in book
to
3.
Karzug, and then it'll be just a disappointing end.
So
Now, if we're gonna
every
do Game of
campaign
Thrones,
ever.
we have to actually swap systems.
Oh god.
To the-
Yeah, we would have to
the
swap to
Fire.
2E and make a really janky rework of everything.
No,
All right.
We go to like 4E for the last book,
So,
or like GURPS,
I'll play 40 again.
riffs. What's the one that's really gross? Is it called riffs?
Fatal.
Grr? Okay.
all right.
Roll for anal
Dragon
circumference.
scale thong.
What?
Nah. Spanketh, Tommy. I think
Dragon scale thong. There's no thong.
he mentioned it
Ooh.
at some point before.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I looked over
there
and I
wasn't
saw
one.
Dragon Scale ONG that Kane had typed. Dragon Scale Fog. Alright, Egor.
Why?
Thong.
Why?
Sarong is not a thong.
Close enough.
Very different
Oh.
item of clothing.
No.
So a question about the ogre camps
Yes.
to my left and right. Are they approaching or are they like looking from a distance?
You've got some loiterers around you. You do. They haven't come close enough to really mess with you yet. They're kind of watching for what Mokmorian will say. But other than that, there's probably 20 or so kind of loitering around. Others from the actual encampments are watching as well, but they haven't come up.
I mean, he'll give them a little smile and a little wave, and he'll try and flirt, especially with the star-spangled ones.
Okay. They kind of look at you and look at their banner. That's the ogres. They kind of look at you,
Yeah.
look at their banner, and kind of rub their chins. Look at you.
Alex, you are a wonderful player. I love playing this game with you. This is just absolutely like something that I have not dealt with, and I don't know how to deal with.
So,
Message. We're gonna go.
Oh yes.
How do you
yes.
deal with it? At a distance?
And leaving. Like, this distance was too close.
Just see him like do the finger wave at one of the ogres and whatnot. Rune Smith just looks over at me. I just look
Are you
over
doing
at
it on
him.
purpose now? Runemane?
No, we already said I'm calling him Rune Smith in character, so I'm going to call him Rune Smith until I hear another character call him Runemane, because this is going to be fun. I just look over at Rune Smith and go, please.
Yes.
No.
yes. All right. So, roll me some teleportation.
I was just gonna fly away.
Oh, fly away? Okay.
And maybe
The teleport was like I need one standard action, get out of here now.
Okay.
Yeah, if we can just... I'm still invisible for a few minutes. If we can just pooter off into the darkness, whatnot, I imagine.
Just away
Okay.
from the main area.
Just enough, like, the Osprey just comes, lands, and
How
then
can the
flies
osprey
away.
see you?
Message,
cannot.
it'll hear me.
Message.
Aha! Yes.
I
I
point
have
at it.
message too, darn it.
Yeah, but I already have it up and it lasts 10 minutes.
Okay,
Per level.
fine. God, fine. Okay, jeez. I will just be
Yes,
useless
let the
and-
utility wizard do his utility thing.
My
That was the
utility.
best clapback I've ever heard from Levi ever. Yeah, but I already have it up. Beautiful.
Like, it's just pointing at the bird and saying, leaving.
I
Caw.
don't
What's
care
her
if
name
you're
again?
connected to a god, we're going now.
All right.
What's her name again?
0 social tact.
Well,
Tommy.
Oh yes,
Burb.
Burb.
What's the
Burb
bird's
is
name?
Burb's name. Adam has been pronouncing it with an L, but Matia, the Greek word for, I want to say it was some kind of butterfly, but Matia.
Matia?
Yeah.
Okay, I point at Matia and just say the word leaving.
Okay. I will
I hope she gets it.
widen the arc, I suppose.
Okay. All right. So we cut away, and these guys start to head back. Are you heading all the way back?
We'll decide that when the invisibility runs out.
Okay. Because it'll run out while you're flying.
Yeah.
And at this point, the wyvern have been kind of up in the air for a little while. So we'll
Maybe
say
I'll just stone shape a thing into a rocky space and make a little hut.
kind of flying around.
Little hut. It's the next step up from tiny.
Yeah.
All right.
I've got
Tiny, small hut. Tiny, just one. Medium hut.
I've got tiny little, and then I've got secure shelter.
I feel like
That
wine
would call
went
it
from
Abattoir.
0 to 100 really fast.
All right. So, at this point, the doors start to creak open. And the giant peeks out. And she says, he wants to see the stone before he's going to come out and meet you.
But how can he see the stone if he doesn't come outside?
I'll
I
take
do
it to
not
him.
wish to leave or part with it.
I've already told you they're not going to kill you or eat you until I say they can or can't.
I would just like to be the one to hand it to him. It's all.
She kind of walks closer to you. Gets about 10 feet away. And looks down and says, you don't have it, do you?
You think I would come empty-handed? That would be foolish.
It would. And she grips her great club tighter.
Alright. Alright. He'll use
Do you
his
not have it?
he'll use his charm hex on her.
Okay.
Roll a will save.
Okay.
Oh
So,
no.
it's
She'll
understandable.
have to roll a will save.
It's understandable that you would think so. But does this count as an enchantment or illusion effect? Spell.
Don't think so. It's a mind affecting.
So is
It's not an illusion.
it enchantment?
Nope.
A charm spell isn't enchant?
It has to be.
It's
It's from the
it's an-
enchantment school.
It's an hex.
Spell, it is a hex.
It's a
and the
hex.
is not.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It does force Boldrago to becken and speak
One
to the
character,
words.
the rules. Ooh.
It's basically just what it does is it's going to auto succeed a diplomacy check. He's not going to mind it.
Oh, it's not. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So she'll roll.
Why do
It
I
can
feel like
improve the
people are
attitude
suddenly
two
a bit
steps.
more salty to shamans than before?
And it is a
we go.
charm effect, but it is not technically an enchantment effect by the official.
Yeah.
Just something that is immune to charms, or like an elf would have a +2 on it because charms are compulsions.
Well, I mean, there's
So-
like six schools of magic, right? We all could have just come in as wizards and specialized in a school. We're level
Well-
11. Like we would have just dumped on this campaign.
Or, Kane, what we should have done is we should have got a 7th player, and we all not necessarily pick a school of magic, but like a vice of some kind. There's
Perhaps
some
we
kind
should
of
have all
order.
been. Perhaps we should have all been rune mages or the Thessalonian specialists.
You all become
Yeah,
the
we should
new
have all
rune
been
mages?
Thessalonian specialists. That would have been so fitting for this.
All
Rather than
right.
just being know,
I mean,
when-
in 2E, it's not Varizia, it's New Thassalon.
Oh,
We
can
can
we-
just make it
Can we
ourselves.
can we do a return of the Runelords as a group of researchers?
each
Bet.
of us a
I'm here
different
for it.
Thessalonian specialist. We have to do
All
that.
right. So
Let's
she
use it.
rolls.
Brasut and I are.
Nerds!
Yes.
And she seems to shake her head a bit and go glossy-eyed slightly. And she rubs her eye for a second and she says, huh. Well, I have to say that would have been stupid. And I can understand you not wanting to part with it before... And she looks around at the other giants that are loitering. Before you actually know if you're going to die today or not. Why don't you come in?
No. No, it's come so far. All the way from Sandpoint.
Yes, and you still haven't fully discussed how that went with him. With
Which one?
Terractinus, Longtooth,
Ah.
any of them. Why don't you come inside?
That is fine. But I really hope that you will take me to Mokmorian. It would be a shame if I came here all in vain.
She kind of shifts her club to one hand and puts her very large hand on your shoulder and says, "Don't worry. You'll get to see him. Especially if you have the stone. Come in." And she to her it's gentle, but to you float rather faster than you would want to towards the gate. And
Vroom, vroom, we go zoom, zoom.
she kind of scoots you in.
Alright. It's not gonna be foolish enough to try and resist that. Just gonna...
All right. So basically, she says, why don't I just take you down to him so that you can tell him about it yourself?
Where does he reside?
Below.
And where is the entrance?
Here. And she points at the pit beneath.
Oh, so it's just like a giant hole?
There is
Wait, so the
very...
pit mage is being told to go down in a giant pit. Yes! Comes full
That's
circle.
fine with him. He just floats everywhere.
Oh.
So she takes you in right here. And let me see.
Oh, a map.
A map.
But can't
I believe
see
it's all
anything
dark
yet.
right now. So let me
Yeah.
reveal what you see. Dun, 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 dun. You see stone giants patrolling the top, and of course, let me, as I reveal it, you also see... There it is. Reveal areas. Bottom. You see all of that.
Alright.
And it's very different. This part of the map is actually scaled up for giants. So this is the Black Tower, that A14.
Curses. It's 10 feet every square.
Yes, it is.
Damn you, Paizo! Stop it!
This is how it's supposed to be for giants.
And that it's also really bad for the PCs because now we have to
Yeah.
like, share squares with it. Like they should be 5 feet, and the giant tokens are just bigger. It gets really bad.
So you see that there is a pit, leads right on down. She's still got her hand on your shoulder, basically. She's not pushing anymore, but she's... You can tell that while she's not necessarily hostile, she is interested in how Mokmorian will handle you if you haven't brought the stone, or if you had. So
Yeah, so she's like hover handing on me.
yeah.
How are your relationship with Mokmorian? Does he trust you greatly?
Enough.
Now there are many different banners around here. Which one do you hail?
None. These weaker giants are not my people. I'm here for Mokmorian. That
So you are
giant has
alone?
plans.
Are you alone then?
Not really. There are more of my kind, just not here.
Right, but they are... How should I put it? They're all interested in the same outcome?
No. Like I said, I'm here for
Sorry.
Mokmorian. I'm not here because my clan wants to be.
So you are alone here then?
My clan threw me out. Mokmorian took me in.
Well, isn't fate interesting?
She smiles down at you and says, "Isn't it though?" And you've made it to the edge of the pit. Going down?
Does it seem to be... it looks like it's just natural.
The pit itself, I get to read descriptions, actually. I get to read descriptions.
Yeah.
You hear one of the other giants, as you guys are going that way, say, "What have you brought, Cinderma? What is this thing? Looks tiny." He says he has the stone that Mokmorian wanted. How can he carry it? Thought it was bigger. Why don't you just take it from him? Says another. I'm curious. Is all she says. So you come to the edge of the pit, and it is very much a pit. It looks like some of it is definitely natural, but the slope going down is not. It has definitely been dug. It's probably close to 100 feet deep. You're not sure from where you are. I mean, you can see down pretty well, but you're not sure from where you are, just gauging. But
Alright.
they don't have a description for it, actually. That's weird.
What?
They don't describe the pit.
Curse you, Paizo?
Again?
Yeah.
All right.
So, he would like to tap his little bird, not cage, but like companion satchel thing.
Okay.
And he'll use the special language that only he and his familiar can understand.
Oh, okay. It's like a special language you get as a class feature then?
Yeah, it's speak with master type of thing.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Amani, please inform me of this woman. She's very interesting.
Yes.
What is she?
She's a taiga giant. She doesn't have effects like the effects of a enchantment or illusion don't work on her. She is stronger than the other giants that you fought so far.
She's bothersome.
It kind of looks at you and says, I thought you said she was interesting.
Doesn't mean she doesn't bother me.
I don't think there's anything I can do about that.
You're probably right. I tried my best to sway her. She's very resilient.
Yes, she would be. And she kind of nuzzles back down into the pouch as she says that.
Don't worry, friend. We'll get out of this before it gets too hairy.
I hope
I hope.
so. I hope. I just got left by my backup. They told me to go. They told me to solo the dungeon. I didn't mean to do it. I didn't mean to do it.
We did not. We said nothing of that sort.
I don't know. Tommy was really hitting about it.
Tommy,
Y'all could have done it. It's fine. You got enough wall spells to trap hundreds of giants, literally, right? Yeah, that's a lot of rolls. It's good.
I mean,
Nope.
if I had them prepared, yeah.
Don't prep him, nerd.
You
There's too
do
many
realize
giants.
he doesn't have access to his 11th level stuff yet. He hasn't got to rest and recuperate and any of that. He's functioning
That
on
matters at
low.
all. He's a spellcaster. If he was level 1, he'd walk in, he'd magic missile all the darkness. He is the darkness.
When
Magic
exactly did he
missile
get to
himself and he-
recover any of his spells as he was flying?
He didn't use a lot of them. I don't know why we're debating this. They wanted to do this because they had used nothing in that fight. We used Skoros hit points. We used Egor's hit points. We used my cat. That was the
I
resources
use
spent in the
the
last fight.
slot here and there.
All right.
Yeah, okay,
I
like
used a few spells. You used almost all my shocking grasps.
Yeah, here that went. You used almost all of my shocking grasps.
But he didn't. He has plenty.
All right.
That's how it works. That's a new rule I just made up. Called cheating.
Called cheating. All right. So
It's strange it resides down here. It's very simple. I was expecting a mighty king to reside in a castle.
you expect a lot of things, little one.
Like I said, your culture doesn't stretch very far.
I guess yours doesn't either. I've never heard of a Boldrago until today.
That's true, but it's improving on a day-to-day basis.
Then that's something that both of our cultures have in common.
Interesting. Perhaps I will tell people about you one day.
You might get the chance. Then again, she shrugs as she continues to lead you down the pit. You might not. And we go to another map.
Yes, take me to your leader.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you fit the alien vibe.
It's really... So... Alright.
Just wait for him to stick his finger in your mouth so you can bite it off.
Okie dokie.
It's a big finger.
Hey, I mean, it works in Mars attacks.
So, you go down and you... This is going to take a lot more of the revealing things. Okay, you go down. Where's the pit? There's the pit. And right now you guys see darkness.
Yep.
Reveal areas. So, you come down this way and you can see in the dark, so you get a pretty easy line of sight on stuff. Now I got to start naming stuff off.
Oh god.
All right.
I'm sorry to be such a bother.
Yeah.
Sorry to
Jeez.
participate in this game you are GMing for us. Sorry to ask
So-
for more.
You pass a stone giant right about here at B2. And
Okay.
she's been down here kind of looking around. She comes from the left, and as you pass that way, you would see that it's there's like a table and stuff, and she looks a little different. She's got carvings in her, and she stops for a second. She says, "What are you doing, Sinderma?" And she says, "This little one, Kana, if it was any of your business, wants to see Mokmorian. He says that he has the stone, or one of the stones that Mokmorian wanted. One of the stones that Taractinus was supposed to go get." "Yes. Where's Taractinus?" "I don't know, but I suspect this little thing killed him. So."
No, it's unfortunate, but he did not pass by my hand.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that he's dead. Sure, Kana. Now, we have to go see Mokmorian. Why don't you go back to whatever it is Mokmorian has you doing? And she kind of... You can tell that there is this tension between them, and in those responses, make me a sense motive.
All right. 36.
Okay. You can tell that Kana kind of resents that whole go do what Mokmorian tells you to do thing. There's some tension there that you're not sure what is about, but it definitely seems like Kana doesn't like to be reminded necessarily that she has to do what Mokmorian says, would be the right way to phrase it. You continue on, pass a few more things, and just making your way.
Yep. Skipping all the XP.
You're making your... Yep. all the XP. Skipping all the XP. There's actually a shrine in here at B6 that you kind of get a view of. Looks like an ancestral shrine type thing. Very common for this type of group of individuals. The next thing you go to is you pass by this area at B12, and it shows here that it's a cylindrical portion there with the walls are black with soot and scorch marks. And here there are some young red dragons, it looks like. At the moment, they seem to be resting, I guess would be the right word, but their eyes open and they watch as you pass by. They see you with the taiga giant, they see you with Sunderma, and they don't do anything, but they watch you pass by. And you continue on to B13.
Sure, collect a lot of interesting people here.
Don't we, though?
Mokmorian must have a great charisma to gather all these kinds of creatures to his whim.
Well, she looks at you and says, "Power often lends itself to charisma." And as you pass B13 and you're remarking about all these different creatures serving him, you pass by two, what looks like what your bird would know. Those are Lamia. Two of them. And they are those cat women things. Upper torso of a woman and body, lower body of a cat type thing.
And he'll smile and kind of waves at everyone that he passes by.
You can see that they look at you, and they look at Sinderma, and they're like, he says he has a stone for Mokmorian. Oh. I doubt he's got what he's looking for. And they smile and kind of purr, laugh to each other. Type thing. As you pass by, you recognize the symbol that they're worshipping, the shrine they're worshipping at. It is Tulamoshtu.
Alright.
You continue down. She leads you to B14. And you see here 2 trolls outfitted in armor. And they start to come out, and she just holds up her great club, and they kind of go back. Who bringing? Who's that? None of your business, troll. Stay on guard. And they kind of... And you continue on. There's 2 more trolls. No, wait, that's not 2 more trolls. That's my fault. There's an opening that leads out, and the stonework starts to change here. There's been some worked stone right here in these caverns, but now it changes. And we go to another map, because you decided to call out the big guy and say, hey, let's talk. So,
is it much further? We've been walking for quite some time.
You wanted to meet him.
Oh, yes.
What's your
Just
next
wonder.
So, you go here. And she says, welcome to the library.
Thank you.
And let me see, where would he be at this time of day?
So, he'll be on the lookout for people, like, or sounds more like it. Like, if there is, he would very much like a quiet spot, so to speak. So a lot of these caverns that they've been walking through has been guarded by multiple creatures. So, so would this be a spot where there's no one in sight or earshot?
There is no one right here that you see. Let me make sure on all of the maps. There's actually here, as you come into this area, you see that there is a hill giant who's doesn't look quite right. Looks like a hill giant, but there's this rune carved deeply into his skin, and he seems to just. So
but he seems
here.
All right.
He seems intelligent enough. You know, he's not mindless or anything. And so you go down there, and there's somebody here. I mean, you haven't really seen a place where there's not been somebody. She starts walking you through this wall.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have. Well, to put it like this, he doesn't want anyone within striking distance. Put it like that. Like, if it's, let's say, like 30 feet away from someone, that's not good, but it's fine.
Okay, well, that would... let me see. Each of these squares is actually 5 feet, so you've come into the 5 feet range.
Oh,
so nice. It's all cramped now.
It's better.
It's better. So the rune giant's currently up right about in up here at the moment, and you guys are right about here. So I mean, if you want to do something.
I mean, not necessarily do, but I feel like I'm kind of forced to.
Okay.
We have hero points, right?
Sure.
Oh my
and
God.
her hand is still kind of guiding you.
Yeah. It's fine. Oh, all right. Okay.
He's getting ready for the big day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The big show.
All right.
I donned my wizard hat and robe.
So yeah, what's your
As much as
backup?
No, as much as I'd like to see McMorian, I think I can wait another day or two. He's going to cast a baleful polymorph defensively because he doesn't want to get struck.
Okay.
I mean, do you really even have to make an attack roll? I mean, she's already touching you.
She is technically touching you.
Well, she doesn't get to interrupt my spell casting, basically.
Right. He means to do the
Doesn't
attack.
Man, we're gonna have so many pigs by the time this AP is over. This is sweet. Start a little farm.
All right.
Giant pigs.
Dire boars, one might say. It's come full circle.
All right. So what do you do?
Oh no.
Polymorph? What do
I cast defensively, so she'll have to make a fort save.
Okay.
Oh fuck it, fort save.
Yeah.
No!
She can fumble. She can do bad. Rolls a 2.
She didn't
Wait,
roll
isn't
a
that an
2.
enhancement or an enchantment?
No, it's transmutation.
Now it's polymorph. It's its own
Okay.
thing.
She didn't roll a 2, but she did roll low.
3.
What was the DC?
what? A 21.
She gets a 19.
Oh, you lucky son of a dog!
Army of pig. Take it to teleport.
What do
Bring
you
it to-
teleport?
Ooh.
What do you change her into?
Sheep. Make it sheep this time.
No pig.
No, we already have a pig.
A chicken.
Oh, like you're gonna get to
Chicken.
keep this one.
I'll make her like a fluffy bunny.
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 Bright blue bunny.
With like
Now she gets to make a will save,
Yeah.
right?
So to see whether
Yeah,
or not she's
yeah.
a bunny with a woman's intelligence.
Bunny with giant intelligence.
with a woman's intelligence.
Is the DC on the will save the same?
Yeah, 21.
Oddly enough, she makes the will save. So you see
That's
her go,
almost better.
Yeah.
and you see her go, makes those kind of
And,
squeaky noises that the
Yeah.
thing makes, and you see that giant was like, whoa, whoa, and a bellow goes out.
And as a move action, he'll fly out of this room.
Fly out of this room. Okay.
Is that permanent on just the failed fort save?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It just
God, that is such a busted ass spell.
Okay, so you
Yeah,
start
but the
to
spell
Imagine
magic.
an anti-magic field or kill her.
Hey man, you don't know that he has dispel magic as a spell. I mean, he
I
probably
know.
does, but you don't know it.
Okay, so you make your way. You immediately fly as fast as you can. I'm guessing
Well, it's 40 feet.
40
He
feet.
just wants to put more distance between him and the angry giant
As fast as his little.
Okay,
before he can cast his next spell.
okie dokie. So we'll take you back to
As
the
fast as
library.
his
then.
dress will take him.
Wait, does he still have the rabbit in his hands? Did he grab her?
You bring me that rabbit, Alex. We'll cook it.
Sure.
I mean-
You're gonna carry a rabbit that's trying to resist you.
Sure.
Just bump it on the
Make
head.
a
No.
grapple check
Drop on the
against
field,
the
nice
rabbit.
and bopping him on the head.
I mean,
Wouldn't that trigger the end of Baleful Polymorph, or is it kill the rabbit and then she turns back?
She never turns back. I just like
She
kill the
never
rabbit.
turns
It'd be
back.
Sweet.
It has to be
Oh my
dispelled
God.
somehow.
Yeah, that's like a 5e rule. Is if you damage something that's been polymorphed, it turns back.
Or World
that's
of
a
Warcraft.
World of Warcraft thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
Although she has a
It's-
base attack bonus, so she's gonna be hard to grapple.
Fair.
excuse me, but is this basically So this is basically a kill? Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
it's a saver suck.
I'll let.
It was
Well,
a very good saver suck. Once
depends-
upon a time, I saw a kraken turn into a sheep.
Oh my
Depends if they're a
god.
if they're a caster and they make their save, they can still cast spells. So
Without
all it
some
has
ads.
is all she has is the physical stats, if I'm correct, of the thing. She still has her own mental stats.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I'll have to check what a bunny has.
Not very much.
Probably like 3 strength.
The good news is she could probably at some
Very
point
strength.
give that necromancer we met a +4 to initiative. That's familiar.
She's terrifying familiar.
Yeah, exactly. It's even better.
Why is she a
Because she's a bunny, and she could be a familiar.
Give a +4 to
The
initiative.
more I play this game, the more and more I just find myself questioning, why did I get into this hobby? And then I'm reminded of the words of Anderson, of Holy Father Anderson from Helsing Ultimate Abridged. Why are we the necessary evil? Because no one else would, and because it's fucking fun. Talking about killing heretics and demons and other crap.
Yes.
So yeah, he'll gladly bring the rabbit with him.
Okay, so grapple the rabbit.
I mean, sure.
Good luck.
I'm not.
Retains
It's
its
hard enough to carry around a normal rabbit that doesn't want to be picked up, let alone a smart one.
Now
A
I
base
can
attack.
Somebody
see
that once dived to catch God, what type of rabbit was it? I did dive to catch a rabbit once. Oh god, now bad memories are coming up. But oh well. I did dive to catch a rabbit once. It was not fun. It was not easy.
I can imagine.
CMB.
I can see good reasons to have the rabbit.
An 8.
I got an 8.
She's like not having it.
Yeah.
Her physical stats are still
that's-
strong. Share me the bunny thing because we got to see if she bites you.
She has.
Oh, no.
Lack of opportunity from
She has
It's running.
a strength of 3. Yeah.
She has the physical stats. Oh, that's right. She has the physical stats, not mental stats. I'm
Yeah.
being silly.
What's the dex?
Bite -2.
16.
Okay.
Yeah.
16 on an 8.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
What?
Open new tab. Rabbit. All right. So CMB is only +1. CMD is 7. Okay. Yeah. You're able to grab the rabbit. She is absolutely trying to resist you. But
nice.
you can grab the rabbit.
Nice.
You and the rabbit are now grappled.
I prefer you this way. Much easier to handle.
All right. So
Please, no one Google the sound of a rabbit screaming.
It is terrifying.
Most horrific noise.
like that kind
Yeah,
of.
it sounds
It
like
is.
a crying child. It's awful.
It really is freaking awful. It just hits some primal sort of like innate human species sort of notes in your body that just make you go, "Oh god, no."
You know what this means?
No, from way too much experience.
That this I'm writing it down right now. This is titled Silence of the Rabbits. This episode, so I'm just throwing that out there.
Silence of the Hares?
Nah. We gotta save Hares for later when he does it again.
Ugh. No, it's gonna be an entirely different animal. We have a pig and a rabbit. And now we need
You're
like
getting a barnyard.
chicken.
He's gonna retire as Old MacDonald.
and a cow.
Old Boldrago. No, Old Boldrago,
Old Boldrago had
farm.
a farm.
Yeah, it was super creepy.
All the farm animals.
There's a legend that
Okay.
says that
Once we're-
kids that go onto his farm uninvited turn into his farm animals.
Boom, boom.
And the worst part about it isn't a legend.
It's
It's true.
You know, Adam, if her name was Kana, you could call it Silence of the Conies and spell Conies a little differently.
Silence of the Conies.
So we need is a
I
Bryce
like Silence of the Conies better than Silence of the Rabbit. All right.
All right.
You're gonna try and
I
fly
cast
out.
another spell. So I don't want to stick around to know what's gonna happen next.
Okay. Well, this thing, you heard this thing yell.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
now that means that you spent your surprise round basically was turning her into a rabbit. We're gonna say that
Yep.
this is your round to do something.
All right. I want to cast teleport because I don't want to be here no more.
Okay.
It's such a helpful spell.
Okay.
It's so nice to have.
That means you need to roll on a table, correct?
Yeah, D100. Basically, my destination is the place where they were resting, the marshals.
Okay. Okay.
The marshals.
The Martians.
The marshals.
The Martians.
Let's see, D100.
And rolls 100. Lands in the literal stew pot.
34.
Oh, you're good. Super good.
Yeah.
All right. Do you actually able to make it into the small room in that particular set of thing, or do you just get by it?
Yeah, he would need to roll like in the high 90s before bad things happen on teleportation.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
There was
lenient.
room. I mean, it wasn't like super cramped, the room we were staying in. It
That
just
is
was
true.
sealed.
Mhm.
Okay, so you teleport out.
Now, per the spell, I can only bring willing targets and objects, but you know.
She is
If you
not
wanna.
willing.
Aww.
Now wait a minute.
But
If
she
you
could
have
be my
something
friend.
grappled, if you are holding a creature, does that mean that it is? If you've grappled a
No, it's
creature,
definitely not willing or an object. He would need to like charm or knock
Could
her
it
out.
count? Could you bring something that was helpless?
Yeah, you can bring helpless stuff with you because it can't resist.
Yeah. Yeah.
but she's
But
not.
I can't.
helpless.
She's buff as fuck.
Yeah,
She still has the levels.
Yeah, she's got her.
smallest bunny you've ever seen.
Oh,
in
she's
your
still got
whole
her
life.
base attack bonus. That's
Yeah.
right.
So she was never grappled in the first place.
That's right. She wasn't grappled. She can't be grappled.
That's fine. I would leave her behind.
Leave
them.
her. Okie dokie. You teleport away.
I come back for you later and bring the pig.
I don't think it's going to happen. I think one of these dumb giants is going to eat her.
I was thinking the Lamia or probably the dragons.
The ogres are dumb enough to see it and be like, nah, food.
Oh yeah, no, those
And just eat it.
trolls are going to eat her. The trolls you came past on the way in are going to eat her.
Very likely.
All right, so you go.
I don't know why a rabbit has a bite. They really shouldn't have a bite. They should have a slam.
Have you ever
Have you
been
seen
around a
their
rabbit?
teeth? They're big gnashing teeth.
I would much rather be bitten by a rabbit than kicked.
Rabbits don't have that strong a back feet as you would think.
They can drop kick you.
Part of me's hoping it's more of a Monty Python
All right.
reference that they reason why
So-
they have a bite, but still.
No, they actually do bite, and they're mean.
No, they've got pretty big teeth.
They do.
But
They have big gnashing teeth.
so in the blink of an eye, Boldrago saves his own butt by teleporting back to the marshals,
Again.
therefore leaving the other two casters waiting for him at their meetup spot.
No, we already
outside.
left. We already
Right.
said F that, we're out.
Right. But you're also, you guys kind of said you were sticking around outside, or you were going back to the marshals?
We're going back to the marshals.
Okay. So
That's what I
Yeah,
understood.
they're still in transit.
they're still in transit. They're going to get back and be like, what? And I think we will cut it as Boldrago blinks into existence with the marshals and Kellery, and they're like,
How are you doing?
Ah! Skoros falls back into the ass.
Yeah, right as,
Reactions.
right as we're about to knock in the stone wall to go chase these giants.
I just imagine Boldrago appearing on the other side of the peephole.
Does he get
A
punched?
white light.
He has to get punched. Somebody told me they just punch him.
He didn't provoke. I probably just fall on my blood.
he teleports
Right.
into the
It
room.
depends on whether or not I see him before I swing.
I have the vial almost to my lips. Boldrago.
This is not at all a pleasant surprise.
So they're like,
Are you well rested and ready for a fight?
Well, we're going to take care of these outside first.
Side?
Yeah, giants, they show up. In the Skoros tell me they do the necromancy. Yeah, that is what you call it when you make the dead things not be dead anymore, but not good like dead, but like bad like dead.
Looks like
Indeed.
I came at the right time then.
and that's where we'll cut it tonight. We hope you had fun, everyone. We hope you enjoyed, and we hope that you... I mean, without the teleport, Boldrago would have been dead. So...
Yeah, but I wouldn't have gone all the way in there if I didn't have it.
What do you... Uh-huh. We'll see. All right. We hope you enjoyed. We hope you had a great time listening, and this was an interesting excursion all the same. Do remember that all of the content you see here is brought to you by viewers like you. So, if you liked it, we're glad you liked it. We hope you enjoy the rest of our content as well and return. But as always, have a great day. God bless. Goodbye.
Bye.
Sha-sha.
All right, guys. Well, you pulled it out.
This content was made possible by travelers and viewers like you. Thank you.